Hey, this is Samaria, and how do you pronounce your last name?
Samara Fisahaye.
Okay, and Samaria uh, s- hasn't quite passed internship only because she hasn't gone through the testing part, but she's been studying as long as um, a few of the students who have done their internship. But she's going to explain some of her experiences and with Jintao and what she went through. So if you can tell us a little bit about how what happened when we tried working on you the first time.
Um, my I had a lot of tensions in my body, especially in my shoulders. That's where I carry all my issues and drama. I never knew that. Um, Dr. Hata noticed how my energy was not stable, and once he worked on me and scanned what was wrong with me, he was able to tell me direction and two paths which way to go. And once he did that, I was able to pick one where there was wrong. There was no wrong or right answer to which one I was going with.
Okay, so when we're going through this, I know I was working on you, and Selmun, has already been interviewed, but um, well, because I actually asked you permission first before
Yes.
I
Yes.
scanned you, and this is something I don't really do with the average person, and for the most part, like I said, I really don't do this with anybody. But I asked permission uh, if I could scan Samaria, and if you can just give me, if you can let the people know as far as what happened after I scanned you.
Once you scanned me, he was able to see what was going on with the intention I was holding. Why was I holding that? And he led me to two paths and told me this is what's going on in my life, and this is why I'm holding this, and I have to within me let that go. And once I noticed that, and the guidance that he gave me was so clear that I was able to pick one direction and let that go, and it actually empowered me to pick that and gave me freedom, and it was easily, all that energy was just flowing, and it completely went away. My shoulders was not intense at all anymore, and I was actually thankful and grateful for that.
And what happened when she was being scanned, it sounds interesting, but was able in order to see Samaria from Samaria's eyes. And when I say that there's two paths, it's not that she's able to let the paths go, but it was about choosing a path. And it's not a right or wrong path. It's like throwing a dice from 1 to 6. It's going to be 1 through 6, but there's no right number, no wrong number. She was given a choice in order to pick one path or pick the other path, and any one of those paths would have worked. I mean, but she had to choose a path that she felt most comfortable with.
Correct.
And so from there, after choosing a path, well, actually, we went to a restaurant with one of her friends, and I actually had to spend about 3 hours with Samaria in order to convince her that she had to make a decision on the path that I'd already charted for her, uh, what life had given her, and what was going on in the charts of, well, basically mapping out her life for her, of what she was going through. And from there, from the two paths, she had to pick one or the other. Just by making no choice was already a choice, which she had done at this time over here. So she had chosen not to choose any of these one of the two paths, and by not choosing any one of these two paths, um, she was she was getting stiffer and more sore. And my friend and intern, she wasn't able in order to get through. I wasn't able to get through, but once I was able to uh, present these two alternatives to Samaria, she made a choice within 1 week, and within 1 week, uh, everything went back to normal again. So when we say back to normal, I mean for her, normal was holding tension within herself, but all the tension was gone, and she was able to just be herself. So if there's anything else that you want to say in closing.
That is perfectly correct in everything you've said. And I just want to say thank you again, because now this is a lesson that I've learned, and now I know how to release that. If any type of stress in any work level I have, whether friends, family that I have, again, work, stress, everybody has that, and now I have a technique that I can always use in my life, and I want to say thank you, Dr. Hata.
And also, this is a form of empowerment, and when we say empowerment, she knows what these two paths and alternatives are, that if these two paths or alternatives were to lend themselves again to the future, she really doesn't have to come to see me. She already knows these two paths. She already knows what decision she wants to make, and she can change to the second alternative or the first alternative. It really makes no difference. Whatever feels most comfortable to her is because there's no judgment. We're not here in order to say what's right and wrong, because there was no right and wrong in any of these decisions. Rather, as far as what was more right for her, in order to empower her, in order to free her to be herself, and that's what Shintao is all about. And so we want to thank you as far as for visiting us, and thank you, Samaria.
Thank you.